Hello and welcome to another episode of SportsRoom. I'm Reuben and with me here today is Anirudh, Madhavan. And today, with less than a year to go for the Olympics, we will be talking about, and there were a lot of championships, world championships in the recent weeks. So we will be talking about India's Olympic preparations, how the athletes are looking right now. But just before that, just a quick reminder that there was the India versus South Africa T20 series, and that ended with South Africa winning the final T20. Quinton de Kock had an absolute, a wonderful game. So yeah, the series is level 1-1, and the Test series will be starting on October 2nd. Getting into our topic of discussion today, we felt that this would be a good time to look at the sports in which India harbors a hope of winning medals. And today we'll be talking about we'll be looking at wrestling, boxing, weightlifting, and shooting in light of the recent World Championships. And although India does also have hope in badminton and athletics and all, those would warrant entire episodes for those.
And the athletics World Championships are coming up.
It's coming up, yeah. So that's there. So just incidentally, also a sports analytics company like we saw last month had predicted that India would get 14 medals, and it got a lot of hopes up. But realistically speaking, that even for the best, optimists, that would be like quite a stretch. But anyway, so moving on to our first part, we start with wrestling.
Yeah, we'll start with wrestling, and we recently had the World Wrestling Championships in Kazakhstan, Nur Sultan, and it was India's best performance ever. India won 5 medals, and Vinesh Fogart, to start off, she became the first female Indian to qualify for the Olympics next year, and she had a really bad injury last Olympics in Rio, and she had to be stretchered out. And since then she changed weight categories twice. It was 48 and 50 now, 53. So it's commendable how she's risen through the ranks, and she looked really good throughout the tournament except for that one match, and even that was very well fought. So proper hopes from her. Then we have Bajrang Punia, world number 1. Everyone, it was a short prediction was that gold, of course gold. But then in the semi-final he lost 9-9 to the Kazakhstan wrestler, and there were allegations that the judging was not fair and home ground advantage was there. He looked heartbroken, but he does qualify for the Olympics, so he'll have that with him. 2 new youngsters, Ravi Dahiya and Deepak Punia, both junior world champions at that level, and first time at the World Wrestling Championships, and both winning medals. Deepak had to unfortunately pull out of the final because he sustained an ankle injury in the semi-final, but extremely good performance by both of them. Ravi Dahiya,
he's only 20.
He's only 20, and the other guy is in his early 20s again. So Ravi Dahiya, extremely good performance. First World Wrestling Championship, you have to have nerves of steel to perform at that level. And his mentor was there. His mentor, as in he looks up to Sushil Kumar a lot. And I don't know what that says about him, because Sushil Kumar he was knocked out of the first round, as he was in the Asian Games.
2011 was it that he won gold?
He remains the only gold medalist. So that's like the trajectory of a legend's career, and if perhaps he can now transition into a new move of mentor, coach sort of thing. So overall, and Rahul Avare picked up the last bronze, and to say that it is not only Haryana, it's from Maharashtra. So the Haryana dominance is not the only thing. That is not the only place wrestlers come from in India, and he's leading the flag of Maharashtra. Overall, excellent performance by the Indians, and we won 4 quota places at the World Cup. So nothing, like only the injury scare was the only thing, and then let's just hope that Bajrang doesn't take it to heart, because most of the world knows that he's current number 1 right now. So wrestling looking good for India.
Alright. So moving on to the boxing, we had the World Boxing Championships, the men's championships, and the medal winners at the World Championships for men and women will get direct berths to for the first Olympic qualifying tournaments next year, according to the Boxing Federation of India. So the men's championship just got over, and the headline was that Amit Pangal became the first Indian male boxer to make it to the final of the World Championship. The 23-year-old, he lost in the final to the reigning Olympic champion, Shakibuddin Zoirov. It was a final thumping loss, but then he did put up a good fight, and it was worth watching. It was definitely a credible performance for him, especially. He's an opponent who's much taller and much more bulkier. I mean, muscular and stuff. And it was a similar victory that it was a similar opponent that he had faced in the semi-final with Kazakhstan's Bibosinov. That was a 3-2 victory. And this is in the flyweight category, by the way, the 52 kg. The last time Pangal had played was in the 2017 World Championship, in which he lost in the quarterfinals. So this is definitely
he won the Asian Games gold.
Asian Games gold. Yeah. So the thing is, ever since then he's won the Asian Games gold. He's won the Asian Championships in boxing. So that's really good for him. And especially considering he had to shift his weight category from 49 to 52 earlier this year. So that was definitely the big talking point. And the other big thing was that. This is the first time that India has 2 medals at the Men's World Championship. And the other one was obviously Manik Kaushik in the 63 kg category. He won the bronze after losing in the semi-final. And this is also another instance of how Manik Kaushik has come all the way, because he had to fight off Shiv Thapa, and they have this really big rivalry going on right there. So he's been on a recent run of good form also, so that's good for him. But like I said before this, India has never won more than a bronze medal. So now silver and a bronze. Looking at the Olympics next year,
Indian men haven't won. Can't forget
Indian men, So I'll get to the women part. Just for the men, it's just that looking at the Olympics, it's definitely this good show of these two. It's going to look good, especially when they go against the Uzbeks and the Kazakhs. Hopefully, even Vikas Krishan, who's coming back from a professional. He had this small professional stint. He's coming back and he should make it to the 75 kg. Women's Championship, just to let you know that it's starting on October 3rd. That's also in Russia. Mary Kom is there, Sarita Devi is there, Neeraj is there. They're all in action. And this is the competition, which the controversy recently was there over Mary Kom's competition.
Involvement in
the selection and all that. So she's 36 and she was supposed to face the 23-year-old Nikat Zareen in the trial back in August. So that's all we have with boxing. Moving on now, shooting.
Which the rifle and pistol teams have been at the top of the world. We have had 9 medals in the recent World Cup in Rio de Janeiro, and of which 5 were gold. And in 2019, India has won 16 gold in World Cups, comfortably at the top. And this is India did not win any shooting medals at the previous Olympics. So from there, going from 0 to, we have such a huge talent pool right now. And it's definitely the young brigade, the focus on the youngsters is bearing fruit, obviously.
Quite a few of them, no?
A lot of them. And I'll just read out the quota winners. We have Yashaswini Deswal, Anjum Mudgil, Apurvi Chandela, Saurabh Chaudhary, Abhishek Verma, Divyansh Pawar, Rahi Sarnobat, Manu Bhaker, Sanjeev Rajput. This is excluding Mehuli Ghosh, who won the national trials, and Ilavenil, who won the gold at the recent championship. But the quota we'd already got the quota, so we didn't have that. But for all the success we've enjoyed in the rifle and pistol, the shotgun is still lagging, and none of the shotgun shooters have made it to the Olympics yet. I think they have one more chance at the Asian Championships next month. But overall shooting is looking pretty good, with a renewed focus on the youngsters and on coaches or focusing on them, and such a huge talent pool. And
who's most likely? Obviously it's Saurabh, right?
It's Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bhaker have been sensational for the past many months. So
we've been talking about them even during the Asian Games and all that.
It's very hard to bet against India.
Even the Commonwealth they did.
So India looks set for at least some medals. We can't put a number on it, but it would be very surprising if India come back with the same result that they came back from.
And considering the time when they're thinking of removing shooting from the
Olympics, that's another day.
This is hopefully we'll do really well in that. So finally moving on to weightlifting. The weightlifting championship is going on in Pattaya, Thailand now. It started on 18th, it's going on till 27th, although all our athletes are out. So it's been a disappointing campaign for India, especially considering that Indian women have won 16 medals since 1989. So India had sent 7 athletes, spearheaded by obviously Mirabai Chanu and Jeremy Lalrinunga, who had won gold at the Youth Olympics last year. So this is basically India's core Olympic team for weightlifting, and qualification for Tokyo is based on the performances of 6 events in the 18 months prior to the Olympics, out of which the 4 best results will be considered. Mirabai Chanu, who won gold in the 48 kg category in 2017, the last championship, was missing. I mean, she was out. I mean, not the last one. She won in 2017. She missed out last year because of her back injury. And she's slowly making her way back into the circuit. And she's now in the 49 kg category because the 48 was removed from the Olympic roster. So the athletic championships this year, she lifted her personal best of 199 kg. And she's always been talking about reaching the 210 kg, which I think the gold this time was 212 kg, for the world record this time. And this time she lifted 201 kg, so she also bettered her personal best and the national record. She's moving up. So hopefully by Tokyo next year, 205, 210 will be a good target. Like I said earlier, Jeremy Lalrinunga was also there, but this is key for him because this is his debut World Championship. He won last year at the Youth Olympics, and he's only 16 now. And he's making his debut. He's one for the future. He finished 21st, but still in the 67 kg category. He's not really an Olympic contender, but then you see the likes of him and Achinta Shivli and Sneha Soren, and they all played their first championships, and they're all teenagers. So that was amazing. As for next year, weightlifting is not looking too good right now. A lot is riding on Mirabai Chanu, and hopefully in the upcoming tournaments it will look better.
At least you have a next generation to look forward to.
So considering the other sports, we still have a bunch over here in weightlifting who can still give it a run. So that's the 4 sports that we want to talk about today, and thank you so much for joining us. We will be coming up with more Olympic discussions as we move closer to the Olympics next year. There's so much action. It was really fun to watch. Thank you so much once again for joining us. Hope to see you next time. And do let us know if you have any feedback. You can write to us at newsdesk@theweek.in, or even let us know on Facebook or YouTube. So thank you.